In 2007, if you owned a phone, chances are it was made by Nokia. Not maybe. Not possibly. Statistically, it probably was. At its peak, Nokia controlled over 50% of the global mobile phone market, half the planet, and then in less than a decade it collapsed. Not because people stopped buying phones, but because the smartphone era arrived and Nokia didn't adapt fast enough. This is the story of how the most dominant phone company in the world lost everything. Now, here's something most people don't know. Nokia didn't start as a phone company. It was founded in 1865 as a paper mill. Yes, paper. Over the decades, Nokia transformed itself multiple times. Rubber boots, cables, electronics. By the 1980s and 1990s, it made a bold decision. Focus entirely on telecommunications, and that decision changed everything. In the 1990s, mobile phones were bulky, expensive, and complicated. Nokia did something simple. They made phones that just worked. Reliable batteries, durable design, simple interface, affordable pricing. And then came the icons, the Nokia 3310, practically indestructible, battery life that lasted for days, Snake, the game that defined a generation. People didn't just use Nokia phones, they trusted them. By the early 2000s, Nokia wasn't just a leader, it was the leader. Their ringtone was everywhere. Their devices were in every country. Their brand was synonymous with mobile phones. In 2007, Nokia sold more than 400 million phones in a single year. 400 million. They were unstoppable. Here's where it gets interesting. While other companies experimented, Nokia dominated with efficiency. They mastered supply chains. They mastered hardware engineering. They understood global markets better than anyone. Their operating system, Symbian, powered most of their smartphones. And back then, smartphone meant something different. It meant email, basic web browsing, maybe a camera. That was enough. Until January 2007. That's when Apple introduced the iPhone, a full touchscreen device. No physical keyboard, just a screen and a new way of interacting. And at first, Nokia didn't panic. In fact, many executives believed touchscreens were a niche feature. Expensive, fragile, not suitable for mass markets. They thought they had time, they didn't. The iPhone wasn't just a new phone, it was a new platform. In 2008, Apple launched the App Store. Suddenly, phones weren't just communication devices. They were mini computers. Developers rushed in, apps exploded. And then came Android, launched by Google. Now dozens of manufacturers could build touchscreen smartphones with powerful operating systems. The industry shifted almost overnight. Consumers didn't just want durable phones anymore. They wanted apps, social media, better cameras, seamless internet, touch experiences. Nokia's strength had always been hardware, but the future was software ecosystems, and that's where cracks started forming. Here's something crucial. Nokia wasn't blind. Engineers inside the company knew the iPhone was a threat, but the company was massive, slow, layered with bureaucracy. Decision-making became complicated. Symbian, their operating system, was aging and difficult to modernize. They attempted new platforms. They experimented. They reorganized. But every move felt reactive instead of visionary. Meanwhile, Apple refined iOS. Android improved rapidly. Developers prioritized those ecosystems. And once developers leave, momentum disappears. In 2010, Nokia hired a new CEO, Stephen Elop. And in 2011, he made a dramatic announcement. Nokia would abandon its own operating systems and partner exclusively with Microsoft. The plan? Build smartphones powered by Windows Phone. It was a bold move, but also a dangerous one, because by then, the smartphone war had become a two-player game, iOS and Android. Windows Phone struggled to attract developers. Consumers hesitated to switch. The ecosystem gap grew wider, and Nokia's market share collapsed, from global dominance to single digits, in just a few years. The numbers were brutal. Stock price crashed, layoffs began, factories closed. In 2013, Nokia sold its phone division to Microsoft. Let that sink in. The company that once defined the mobile phone industry sold its phone business. It was the end of an era. The Nokia ringtone faded from everyday life. And just like that, the king was dethroned. But did Nokia really die? Here's the twist. Nokia didn't disappear. After selling its phone division, the company refocused on network infrastructure, building telecommunications equipment for carriers worldwide. Today, Nokia operates in the background of global connectivity. They build 5G networks. They provide telecom infrastructure. They're no longer the phone in your pocket. They're part of the system that connects it. Not glamorous, but stable. Why did Nokia fall? It wasn't stupidity. It wasn't incompetence. It was three critical miscalculations: underestimating the speed of platform shifts, prioritizing hardware over ecosystem, moving too slowly in a market that rewards speed. Nokia optimized for durability and scale. Apple optimized for experience and software. And in the smartphone era, software won. Nokia's story isn't just about phones, it's about dominance. When you control 50% of a global market, it's easy to believe you're safe. But technology doesn't respect history. It doesn't care about past success. It rewards those who adapt fastest. Nokia had the resources, the talent, the brand. But hesitation, even small delays, compound quickly in tech. And once momentum shifts, it's incredibly hard to regain. At its peak, Nokia connected the world. Its devices were in villages, cities, offices, and homes across the planet. For millions, it was their first phone, their first text message, their first game of Snake. And yet, in less than a decade, the company that once defined mobile phones became a cautionary tale. From half the world to almost none. A reminder that in technology, dominance is temporary, and the future belongs to those who see the shift before it's too late.